sacrifice you had to do to get by in the game, and how did you do that? So, what was your strategy?
So if you're gonna call that a strategy, I guess my strategy was being my genuine self. I always say that in the house.
Yeah.
Never go inside that house with a strategy because you don't even know if it's working for you or against you. Could you imagine not being yourself in the house and you go in there with some sort of strategy and you leave within 3 weeks? You understand? Because you don't know what's happening. Rather just remain your genuine self, and then people look at you and be like, oh yeah, but I can relate to this type of person, and then people fall in love with the type of person that you are. You get me?
Yeah.
Strategy is a bit tricky.
So you didn't have any
I
strategy.
didn't. Oh,
Interesting. Interesting. But then, what's like the thing that came out of the show, post show? What's one thing that you had that was like, oh my god, what shocked you the
the
most?
fans. I was, you know,
But I mean, if you got say at some point alongside top contenders, I'm sure you feel like, yeah, I have fans,
it
right?
doesn't click in my head. There was a time where I was up with Ibubu by default, yeah, and then we were saved. I remember saying, "We're probably not even nominated." I don't even think because I was expecting. There were moments in the house where every time it was a Sunday, I would personally go and be like, "Tabang, this is Sunday. Bye. Take care of yourself." You
Yeah.
understand? Because I just felt like I was that person that was going to lead exactly the same way how people thought that okay, I was probably like the weakest link.
Hmm.
That was also in my head.
Okay, so you didn't expect to have that many fans.
I I,
That's what
I
shocked you.
didn't I
Yeah.
didn't.
What about things that happened in the show? Probably you
Mm-mm.
came out and you had something that you felt like this is not how I thought it happened. Or at least this is not what it was. So you must have had something.
A lot.
So what was like the top on the list?
People say that I was quite rebellious in the house, right?
Rebellious.
Rebellious in a sense that I was quite expressive when I speak. I speak my mind and
All
things
right.
like that. I didn't even see it like that. People even now people look at me and be like, "Oh, you're quite expressive. You speak your mind. You didn't even care about the cameras." But in my head, I didn't even. I just saw myself as this like little cute nonchalant girl that's
Yeah.
like probably in the background of everything. So for me to leave the house and people were like, "No, you were actually one of the stars of the show," as they say, I was not expecting that at all.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
did you hear any misconception about you since you came out?
I think probably people saying that I was fake in a sense that I just want everybody to like me and stuff like
Hmm.
that. And I just look at people, I'm like, I am my father's daughter, bro. Like we are just like that. It's a blessing and a curse. Like
Yeah.
I am kind to a point whereby I put people first. And people think that it's fake. It's not. But also I'm telling people today that it is a blessing and a curse because I'm just so selfless and it's crazy. Yeah.
All right. So we're gonna move into some things. Still on the show,
Okay.
and I know that you may want to avoid this question, but don't worry, I'm not going to hide. I'm not going to hide. But then we have to mention it because it was also part of you
Yeah,
on the
yeah,
show,
yeah.
amongst a couple of other things that I'm going
Yeah,
to talk about.
definitely.
But then you were linked with what do I even call KJ? Nigeria's fate,
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
on
yeah,
the show.
yeah,
And I think for the first few weeks, it's like, oh my God, we love it, we love it, we love it.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
And then certain things happened. People still loved it, and some people started having mixed reactions.
yeah.
Some of the reactions was some people thought it was one-sided.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Some
yeah,
people felt that your pet shouldn't have nominated him,
yeah, yeah, yeah,
right?
yeah,
So I think especially that made quite
yeah,
a number
yeah,
of people be
yes,
like,
yes,
ugh,
yes, yes, yes,
what is going on? Because
yes,
especially when it's eviction, it is for possible. When it's nomination, it is nominate someone for possible eviction.
yes, yes, yes,
So
yes, definitely.
it's like they can go,
Yeah,
you
yeah,
know.
yeah, definitely.
Yeah. And what else did I hear about the situation? Okay, I think when you were evicted,
Yeah,
the
yeah, yeah,
final.
yeah, yeah,
So when Kanaga came out and Ibuka asked the question,
yeah,
is it a yes or no? Because he didn't really have an
yeah,
answer,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
and Kanaga said yes.
Yes,
When
yes,
you were
yes, yes.
asked, I think you said let's see.
Yeah,
You
yeah,
know,
yeah,
some people would always be dramatic and
yeah, yeah,
over
yeah, yeah.
analyze. So out of all this narrative that you've had,
Mm.
right? Because there's certain set of people who would say, I don't think that Tati liked Kanga. I think
Yeah,
she
yeah,
was
yeah,
using
yeah,
another
yeah,
game
yeah,
for
yeah,
all of this. So out of all this narrative
yeah,
outside, Which do you think is correct? Which do you think is wrong?
I think for a person to actually use that as a strategy would be dumb in a sense that people don't even understand how emotionally taxing that is. To care for somebody is not easy, guys. You know, you don't
Mm.
just wake up one day and be like, okay, as a strategy, I just want to. Nah, it's emotionally taxing. So it was definitely not one sided, but like, what can I say?
Because I feel like that is causing a lot of drama.
Mm, mm, mm,
And I
mm,
don't
mm.
think that it's that. I mean, people might feel some type of way, but I don't think
Yeah.
it's as deep as what I'm seeing online. I mean, I saw a video of somebody coming at you in a
Mm,
very,
mm, 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 mm.
in a very. I don't want to go into
Yeah,
details, but and I'm like, I get that you might have your reservations,
yeah,
but
yeah,
I feel
yeah,
like it's a bit too much. So the reason I'm asking this question, maybe just might calm things down,
yeah.
a
Mm-hmm.
little bit, especially with that
Yeah,
situation
yeah, 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 yeah.
online. So what do you have to say with all the chaos around that situation?
I think for me, I'm at a point whereby I know my truth, and that is sufficient for me. You get what I'm saying? As long as I know that on a personal level, both parties are okay and we're
Yeah.
good, then that's fine. Because at the end of the day, only we as individuals know what actually transpired. You understand?
Hmm.
What was genuine, what wasn't. You understand? Because when you leave the house, there's a lot of things that you're gonna hear. There were moments where I was like, okay, clearly I don't have friends. Oh my gosh, and like things like that. So I got to a point where as long as I know my truth, that should be sufficient for me and the next party. You understand? Should there be a problem, something that you guys address, like, oh yeah, do you remember? Did you see that this like happened? How do you feel about it? What actually happened? You understand? So if both parties are good, then who am I to prove it out there? You understand?
Okay, so
Yeah.
the drama can continue.
I mean, let people do whatever they want to do as long as me and that person are actually good. I'm okay because we are good.
That's right. So, but all of this, hopefully, OP has not dented your relationship, friendship. I don't know what it is with KJ.
Yeah, 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 not at all.
All right,
Not at all.
all right, fair enough. All right, so post show, what are some of the things that you are expecting to explore?
Everything, yeah. In a sense that I would really like to start doing things that I've never done before. Like I said, be it presenting, be it modeling, be it photography, anything that comes my way that can align with me as an individual, I will
Mm-hmm.
gladly take and challenge myself. Like I said, this is all new to me. But the fact that I am willing to take on the challenge, y'all can bring
Yeah.
anything. I can even take your job.
Let's see. Let's see. Give me a run for my money. But I don't feel like I'm finished because I just something just pops in my head.
Yeah.
Recently, I watched an interview. I didn't even watch it. I just
Mm,
saw a snippet on Instagram
mm, mm, mm,
where
mm,
the
mm.
interviewer asked Chrissy,
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
"Which
yeah.
housemate, which female housemate, I think
Mm,
that's how
mm,
he
mm,
put it,
mm.
do you dislike?"
Yeah.
And then she goes, "Not really dislike, but the one person that shocked me was Tati."
Yeah.
And in her words, I want to be sure that I'm saying
Yeah.
it right.
Yeah. Definitely.
She said something like, "You came for her looks, and you
Mm.
called her a chemical engineer." I don't know if
I don't know
I
what I
didn't
can.
watch that, but I mean, at the end of the day, I didn't watch the show
Yeah.
24 hours. So what do you have to say to that situation? Do you remember that conversation, and do you care about fixing? Clearly she has some sort of
I
way
was
about it.
surprised because especially one of my favorite weeks actually was like the last weeks because that was when I got to actually bond with her. People don't
Yeah.
even know the dress that I had on the finals. I look good because of her. That was her dress. You get what I'm
Mm.
saying? It's a little thing like that. Like we got along. You understand? But I think what happened was that, like I keep saying, once you leave this house, the things that you're gonna hear, I think it's always best for you to take it on with a person. So I think what I would probably like to do regarding her, like her and I is
Yeah.
actually have a sit down. Like actually sit down and talk to him. Be like, but what is a chemical engineer? When did I say this? When did you see that? You understand?
Yeah.
Because I actually like her.
So it
Yeah.
is something you care to fix with Kosi in a
Yes,
nutshell.
definitely,
Okay.
definitely.
Okay. Fair enough. Fair enough.
Mm.
Whoever is in Nigeria, by the way, have you seen her?
No, 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 no.
Why is that?
The last time I saw, because we've just been busy, I haven't seen anyone, hey? The last time I saw everybody was actually during the launch. Yeah, after the launch
That happened in SA.
that happened in SA, I
Okay.
didn't even see any of them because I've just been busy.
Okay, fair
Yeah.
enough. We'll take your word for that. But something I noticed as well. I think you're always so cool with everybody. By the end of the day, like if I'm gonna like say, oh, who is Tati close to,
Yeah,
I would
yeah,
say Tabang and Ipeleng aside the
yeah,
obvious,
yeah,
right?
yeah, yeah.
So it kind of also felt like like you were cool with everybody, but then I can't place you with like so many people that
Yeah,
you were
yeah,
like
yeah,
cool with.
yeah, yeah,
So was
yeah.
making like was having friendships or close bonds, was that something that was difficult for you? And coming out of the house, who do you see yourself being like really close with in the long run?
Um, I think like one of the first things that you do in the house, you kind of go into the house and you gravitate towards people that you feel like you guys are like share like the same stories. You guys are common. You understand? Like I kept saying, Ipiling and I went through like the same traumas and stuff like that. And when we sat down, those are the type of things we'll talk about. Tabang just reminds me of my little brother. They are the same. It's just crazy. You understand? So as far as other people go, I think we just didn't get a chance to actually sit down
Have
and
conversation.
have conversations, you know. Because like right now, I can sit down. Like Yvonne is my girl because like in the probably in like the last
The
weeks,
last week,
yeah,
yeah.
I got to know her. You understand? Because I remember I would be so sad. I was like, oh my gosh, I'll tell the I was like, oh that girl, I never got to talk to her. You understand? So it was only the last weeks when we got to like get along. Like we are tight. You understand?
Yeah.
So that's when I was like, okay, maybe I think with other people, it's just the fact that we didn't get to like
So even post show, so it still remains to bang and Pele. So maybe one.
Elaine, Vaughn. I talked to Millie. I talked to Lucas. I talked to a lot of people actually.
Okay.
Yeah,
All right. But then coming out of the house,
yeah.
which housemate can you say were exactly the same as they portrayed in the house?
Tabang.
Okay. So who did you see
It's a
as
lot. It's a lot of people actually.
okay, who else?
Like it's like this Black Boy. Black Boy is a creative. Even outside, he still remains
You know,
creative.
I'm talking in terms of their passing though.
The,
Like
the, the, what personality
yeah, yeah.
towards me.
No, like just in the house.
I think probably
Because at the end of the day, it was a
mm,
game. Like
yeah,
some people just
yeah,
were playing a game, which is
yeah,
understandable, right?
yeah.
Yeah. So who do you come up like? Okay, so the way this person was in the house is the way this person is outside.
I think like Tabang, Ibile, um, and Juicy J, yeah.
Okay, so we're gonna take Savang, Ipilang. We're gonna take Juicy J as
Yeah,
real housemates.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah,
Fair enough. I did see you with Josh Too Funny yesterday night. So what's going on? What are you guys working on? But there's something. There's something, right?
Is there? There could be.
You were in a video
I don't
with Josh
know.
Too Funny and everything.
Right?
But then I know I've asked you what you wanted to explore January, but
Yeah,
you're in
yeah,
Nigeria for
yeah.
how long?
For a good 2 weeks or so.
Two.
Yeah.
So what are you like off the top of your head? What are things you would like to do in Nigeria, both pleasure and work?
Pleasure is definitely having to see this country, you understand?
Yeah.
Explore it as much as possible. And obviously with that, try to see if there are collaborations that I can do. You understand? Like you're saying, you are out here seeing videos with me and people,
Yeah.
things like that. Just to try and network and actually put myself out there.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. Okay, so I got the part B of the interview, so I'm just gonna ask you random questions and you
Yeah.
give me answers. All right. So if you were to write a biography, what would the title be? About yourself, obviously. That's what we're going for.
The title, evolving.
Involved.
Yeah.
I think that works. Definitely. So what's your guilty pleasure?
My guilty pleasure.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, I can't think of one.
There's gotta be something. There's gotta be something.
I can't think of one. I can't think of one.
Okay. So do you have any hidden talents that we didn't see in the house?
Um,
Everybody has hidden talents.
Little.
Yeah.
Oh man, I'm so boring. Look at me. I don't even have answers for you.
No, there's gotta be something. Do you like twerking? Do you like singing? Do you like what is it?
I don't
Because
know.
we saw some moves that we never
Oh
saw was
yeah.
there. So what is it?
I
What is it?
think probably representing could be somewhere.
Somewhere in there, how
Yeah.
we get to.
Yeah, because I talk too much. I do.
Oh yeah, yeah, definitely. Not like in a bad. We see
Yeah,
that when
yeah,
you're having conversations with like
yeah,
people you're close to.
yeah,
Definitely.
yeah.
We already have a beautiful face aside your face. What other part of you makes you feel like, ooh, girl, I'm gorgeous?
My body. I
Oh,
look at myself and I'm like, you ain't gotta work out.
speak, speak. Three things you must do every day. Three things you must do every single day.
Eating,
Hmm.
calling my parents.
Okay. You call your parents every day?
Yeah, I
Okay, good. What
yeah,
else?
calling my parents and praying.
And praying
Yeah.
every day. For now. What's your idea of an ideal partner?
I I appreciate loyalty.
You should do see yourself as a loyal person.
Yes, definitely. I appreciate loyalty. I appreciate communication. I appreciate somebody that expresses themselves. And I appreciate somebody that has respect. You respect yourself, you respect the woman, you respect the next person that is right next to you, be it a janitor, be it somebody in the streets. As long as there's somebody who's no matter how much money they have, it's the little things. Yeah.
Yeah. Speaking of things, what's the strangest thing a